Should James Bradberry get paid?
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share some cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and wherever else. And guys, we got a lot to talk about today, man. The first thing I want to talk about is who will benefit the most from this revamped, D-line front seven situation. Got to talk about that. Secondly, I got to talk about a certain cornerback who's in a contract year, and should he get the Brinks truck? Then we got to talk about that. And if he doesn't get the Brinks truck, where will the Carolina Panthers go from there? So we got a lot to talk about, guys. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is who's going to benefit the most out of this whole revamped, D-line front seven situation with Brian Burns and Bruce Irving and Gerald McCoy and all these guys coming in. Who's going to benefit the most? Christian Miller, all that. And I know a lot of people would think I would say K'Wan Short, but to be honest, I think it's going to be Dontari Poe. And the reason why I say that is because when Dontari Poe and K'Wan Short were the only two there, he was supposed to alleviate a lot of pressure on K'Wan Short, which he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? K'Wan Short didn't have a mega season that, everybody thought he would with Dontari Poe next to him. But now with Gerald McCoy and K'Wan Short, and I think Gerald McCoy is definitely going to live up to the billing that, is set for him, them two are going to be the hardest people to stop. They're going to be getting the double teams. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to pick your poison with that situation. So the odd man out, or the guy who's going to be left with, the easiest coverage or easiest blocking situation is Dontari Poe. And Dontari Poe is obviously saying he's hungry and all that stuff like that. But like I said, we'll see what happens during the season. But if K'Wan Short is getting doubled, and Gerald McCoy is let's say going against the best guard or best tackle or whatever, because he's been trying out DN a lot. The odd person now is Dontari Poe, and Dontari Poe is going to get the easy pickings. The scrap that it's not the best lineman, not the best anything. He's going to be able to beat that lineman or whatever, whoever it is. So because of that, now mind you, that changes if they chip block and all that stuff. All that stuff is variable, but he seems like he's going to be the odd man out, who's going to get the least amount of coverage or the least amount of blocking, and he's going to be able to capitalize on that. And hopefully he does. But I think he benefits the most because before, he was the second guy. He was, okay, K'Wan Short gets the double team, he's going to alleviate it, but he didn't fill that role well. He didn't live up to that billing. Now, mind you, some people said that's why Star Lotulelei was so important to us and so vital, because he did take up a lot of double teams. He did take up a lot of that, that issue, so K'Wan Short can get busy. He did a lot of dirty work, and that's what Ron Vera always said about him. And they thought Dontari Poe would be able to do the dirty work that Star Lotulelei couldn't, but he didn't live up to that, like I said. So now you can say Gerald McCoy is going to take up a lot of the dirty work now, because it's him and K'Wan Short are the two best, well, I can't say best pass rushers, but both of them are very dominant. So if them two are on the field, Dontari Poe is going to be able to benefit from it. So we'll see how that whole thing plays out. But I definitely think Dontari Poe is going to, have a better season, than last year. I think he had like 1 sack, which is horrible, but K'Wan Short had like 3. So we'll see how that goes. But obviously that was a down year for them sack-wise. We was one of the best sacking teams 2 years ago, and last year we dipped like 27th in the league. So I think Dontari Poe is going to be the one to benefit the most with this situation. Obviously, Gerald McCoy is going to get his sacks, and K'Wan Short is going to get his sacks. But I think Dontari Poe is going to look better than he actually is because of all the, shifting of the line and all that stuff like that to stop K'Wan Short and Gerald McCoy. So he will benefit the most. The second thing I want to talk about is, should James Bradberry get paid? Now, James Bradberry, I like James Bradberry, but the problem with James Bradberry is that, one, he doesn't get a lot of turnovers. And obviously, in the press conference he had today, he said he wants to get more interceptions. And that's because people tend to equate interceptions with a better corner. The more interceptions you get, the more of a better corner you perceive to be. I understand that. You feel me? But my question is this, right? So James Bradberry's contract's coming up, and obviously he wants the contract done. And I'm thinking, should the Panthers pay this man top dollar? Because to me, he's not a top corner. He's not one of these Jalen Ramseys, whoever, Xavier Howards, whoever you want to say, you know, Stephen Gilmore, Chris Harris, all these guys are top corners that, you know what I'm saying, need to be feared. James Bradberry is a good corner, you know what I'm saying, a pretty good corner, you know what I'm saying, but he's not, is he worth the $15 million a year? I don't think he is, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know what kind of contract he's going to ask for, but, you know, he's going to probably say, put my stats against everybody's, and, you know, stat-wise, he's pretty good. Like I said, he's a pretty good corner. Is he the best? No, but you know how this market goes, you know what I'm saying, whoever, because I can make a case that Xavier Howard is not the best corner in the league either, but he has the biggest contract because his contract came up most recent, you know what I'm saying, so are the Panthers willing to pay this man 15, or technically it would probably be 16 million because I think Xavier Howard made like 15,250,000 or something like that, or 15,500,000, whatever, something in that range. So obviously they're probably gonna go the next step and give him 16. You know what I'm saying? Is he worth 16 million? Now, mind you, this is the same organization. Now, obviously under Dave Gettleman, but it's the same organization that didn't want to pay Josh Norman 14 million for his services. And Josh Norman got a lot more turnovers. But, you know, you can make the argument is, you know, James Bradberry better than Josh Norman. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Interception-wise, I would take Josh Norman. I think Josh Norman's a better ball hawk. But James Bradberry is a younger age because, remember, Josh Norman was kind of, you know, almost towards 30. And also, you know what I'm saying, he did get, you know, he kind of, you know, cheats routes and jumps, you know what I'm saying, too early and stuff like that. You know, obviously Josh Norman. So, but I just don't see James Bradberry as a Brinks truck type of guy. I don't see him as a game-changing cornerback. I mean, he's not a Patrick Peterson. He's not a, you know, Chris Harris Jr. He's not a Stephen Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? Xavier Rhodes. He's not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a good cornerback, very good cornerback, but he's just not one of the top ones. And with this whole climate of the NFL, these guys are getting paid and they're not really living up to the billing. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, you know what I'm saying, should James Bradberry get paid? You know what I'm saying? And to me, he shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't go over 8 million, maybe 9. You know what I'm saying? That's the most I'm willing to pay him. You know what I'm saying? The most would probably be 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 million a year. But 15, 16, nah, no way. You know what I'm saying? I like James, but he's not worth that kind of money. So then here comes my next question. What do we do if we can't pay him? It's the other dilemma. You know what I'm saying? This is the other problem that we have. If we don't pay James Bradberry, who are we going to get? Because mind you, you know, you got free agency or the draft, and you need a number 1 corner. So who are you going to get if, you know, you don't keep James Bradberry, right? If James Bradberry wants 16 million and we won't move past 10, who do you get? Now, the situation is that the free agent batch of corners is not looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of, you know, Chris Harris Jr. I think was on there, but he got a contract extension. So it's like there's not that, you know, wealth of cornerbacks in free agency. Okay, free agency is not great. So what about the draft? Now, mind you, you can draft new corners, but then are you going to use a first-round pick on a cornerback? Because the thing is that we drafted James Bradberry and Darryl Worley in the same year. Darryl Worley's on Oakland. James Bradberry is still on the Panthers. But, you know, are you willing to spend another first rounder, second rounder on a cornerback? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to pay James Bradberry a boatload of money to stay? That's the dilemma we're in. So, you know what I'm saying? The Carolina Panthers are kind of in a bad situation because I don't see anybody jumping off the page on, you know what I'm saying, as far as cornerbacks. And, you know, obviously the college football season hasn't started yet. But I looked at the names and I'm like, you know, usually when you know, somebody's good, they kind of jump off the page. You know what I'm saying? I think the best secondary player is going to be the guy from LSU, like Depps, or whatever his name is. He's a safety. So I don't really see any cornerbacks that are really jumping off the page. I'm like, wow, we got to get this guy. So the situation is that if the free agent class is not that great and the draft class is not that great, are we stuck with James Bradberry? Are we going to overpay for a guy that's mediocre? Or are you going to do something like trade for a cornerback that's already established? Like, for instance, I've already said we should trade for Patrick Peterson. You know what I'm saying? I think Patrick Peterson would be a good situation. Now, mind you, we don't really have the cap space for that anymore by signing Gerald McCoy. But I would rather have a Patrick Peterson that's like, you know, 27, 28, maybe I think he's almost 30 now. You know what I'm saying? Than a James Bradberry right now. Because Patrick Peterson, even if he's going through his whole PED, whatever, drug use thing, you know what I'm saying? He's still a better cornerback, in my opinion, than James Bradberry is. You know what I'm saying? He gets more interceptions. I like him better, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, James is more of a press corner, you know what I'm saying, than, zone corner, so we'll see how that fit happens. They said this year they're going to do a lot more press coverage, and hopefully he can have a good year and validate, you know what I'm saying, the money that he wants. But the problem with that is also that if he has a great year and we pay him, is he going to sustain that? You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole situation I'm thinking about. But for me, we might be stuck between a rock and a hard place and have to pay James Bradberry even though we don't want to. And might pay him a lot of money that he doesn't really necessarily deserve. So, like I said, the Carolina Panthers have some decisions to make. Marty Hurney's obviously working on his contract, or should be working on his contract, but we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we can get him for, like, you know, a cheaper price. Because $16 million for James Bradberry, I think is overpaying for him. That's just me being honest. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. Who do you think will benefit the most from this new front seven? I said it on Tari Poe. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe K1 Short, maybe Luke Kinkley, whoever. Put that in the comment section below. And also, guys, put in the comment section below if you would pay James Bradberry to stay on our team, 1. And 2, if you would pay him, how much would you pay him? You know what I'm saying? Well, how much would be too much? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, like I said, I like James Bradberry. I think he's a pretty good corner. But is he the top tier, you know, top echelon corner? I don't think he is, but he's probably going to get paid like it, just being honest. So, check out the Spreadshirt account. That link is in the description below. Check out the Patreon page. That link is also in the description below. Check out, you know what I'm saying, my dog Renan Steen's video, page, whatever. His video is going to be on the very end screen. I did do a video with him recently. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. We talk about some real stuff, you know what I'm saying. Pretty interesting stuff that I think you guys really be interested in. So definitely check that video out. And, you know what I'm saying, share some of our Panther family. Me, my Panther related, my football related. Y'all already know what it is, man. Definitely thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for always watching my videos. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.